Good evening. Good evening. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter. Just love to welcome you to Pathway to Success. And this evening we have a very interesting guest. Her name is Kiasia Jackson. I hope I got that right. She's a model, actress, as well as a wife and a mother. And she's one of those persons who have brought inspiration to many people. Now we're going to listen to her story of the pathway that she has taken to the success that she has today. And Kiasia Jackson,
Yes.
I want to welcome you to Pathway to Success. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm really excited to be here with you.
Yes, we're so happy to have you on here. Tell me something. Everyone want to know, who is Kiasia Jackson? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, you already said part of it. I am a mother, I'm a model, I'm a wife, I'm an actress, I'm a go-getter, and I don't take no for an answer. So, and I'm a hard worker. And that's how I basically have been making my name for myself in the industry.
Tell me something. What inspired you to start modeling and go into acting?
It was a confidence builder. I wanted to get more build more confidence for myself because at the time I was plus size, and I felt like I needed a outlet. And I've always wanted to be a model, but growing up, you always hear, "Oh, well, you can't be a model if you're plus size. You can't, you can't do New York Fashion Week. You can't do this if you're bigger." And since that market had opened up, I wanted to finally take that chance and say, you know what, I want to go after this. Even though I've had kids, even though I'm working my regular 9 to 5, even though I've settled down, married. I want to still go after this. So back in 2016, I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go out there and try it and see what I can do. Because the number one thing in modeling is you have to have confidence. So I went out there, I did it, and I never looked back. I just kept going.
And tell me something. What are some of the exciting places that you have been to in your modeling career?
So, I started off in New York, came back to Florida. We've done Miami Swim Week. I've done New York Fashion Week, a place that I've never could have dreamed. I never could have imagined doing that multiple times, being a plus size model, because again, coming up as when I was younger, I was always told I wasn't going to do that. I've had to travel to Chicago to do shows, to do fashion shows. That was actually my first time ever in Chicago, ever having to go to Chicago. I've worked with celebrity photographers in Baltimore, Maryland, and a couple other places that I haven't gone, but those are just the places that I've traveled during my time. I stayed kind of on the East Coast. I was running back and forth between New York, Florida, Chicago. I was just going on the go, and it was exhilarating. I loved it.
You loved it. But then you made a transition from modeling to acting. Now that's a big step, because you started out. At first you started out not with that much confidence, but you had a goal in mind, and then you developed the confidence. And then when did you start thinking, while modeling, when did you start thinking that, oh my word, I'm going to try acting? I think I'd be a good actor.
So what happened was, doing the modeling, I knew I was good at that. Like everywhere I went, I always got compliments. I was just great at my walk. And once I got signed to an agency, my agent called me one day after, like, things were slowing down a little bit for the shows, and I told him I think I'm a little bit tired of doing runway shows for right now. I want to do more print. And he called me up. He said, I have something for you. Can you go? And I'm like, okay, what is it? He sent me down to Key West, and
Key West.
It was my very first time on set doing anything having to do with acting. It was for a Netflix show. It was called Bloodline. And I was doing extra work, but this was my first time. And I was like, okay, I saw the name. What was crazy was I saw the name and I was like, I'm not going to do this. But he was like, it's paid. Most of your fashion shows are not paid. The only thing you get out of that is the networking and the experience of being on someone's set and having to work. And that's where you either, modeling can either make or break you. So I'm like, you know what? If I can do that, let me just go down and see what this is about. And then when I got there and saw some of the actors that I would be working with, I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this. So after that, he said, do you want to do anything else? And I'm like, okay, never in a million years did I think, I would have eventually ended up on the Empire set. But he called me one day and he was like, okay, I'm booking you for this. Can you leave tomorrow? And I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, can you get to Chicago tomorrow? And I was like, okay, I have to wiggle some things around. But that's how I started to progress into acting, because after one little time, I kind of got addicted to it and I wanted to keep going back to it.
So after you got that break in Key West, you just went to Key West. You're very fortunate to get such a big breakthrough, because just going on a set in Key West, then the opportunity opened for Empire, which was a long-running television series, which oh my God, everybody liked Empire. It did very well.
Yes.
So who are the persons you got to meet on Empire?
So my first day there is a crazy story. When I used to, between working, having kids and all that stuff, I would get the booking notice the night before. And my first time going, this was my second time ever in Chicago. I had to book my flight the night before, and I had to missing work. I had to set my schedule so that by the time I get off the plane, I went straight from the plane took a train and a bus and made it to set for it was Wardrobe. I got to Wardrobe and I don't know anything about this place. I'm just sitting here, waiting. And the first person I got to meet didn't even think anything of it was Terrence Howard, which was crazy because I didn't see anybody in there when I first walked in. And I'm, checking in, and the lady's checking the PA. She's checking me in, and she's like, "Okay, let's go over to the wardrobe room. We're gonna check, change your clothes and see what you got." And as we're walking out, I see this man, and I'm like, he looks pretty familiar because it was a little far away. And he was singing Christmas songs because it was close to Christmas.
Right.
And she goes, "Oh, come with me real quick. I have," because they called her over. She said, "I have to go over there real quick." So I'm like, okay. So I'm walking with her, and as I get closer, I'm like, wait, that's Terrence Howard. Okay, I'm not gonna freak out. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna freak out. I'm not gonna freak out.
You didn't scream. You didn't scream. You didn't start saying, "Oh my God."
No, I was standing there, and I'm like, okay. And he's speaking to me. I'm like, "Hello," and then they're all singing Christmas carols, and I'm just watching. And as we're walking away, she goes, "You're so lucky." I'm like, "Why?" She said, "Because usually they don't like the people that come in. They don't like you to speak unless they speak to you, because if you speak ahead of time, you could get kicked out or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, that was a good first meeting." And on that set, I mean, I got to meet Taraji. I got to meet I think it's Trishina Arnold. She played Gina Martin. She was actually on the episode. Cassie, Bashir Gray, and Tom Hanks' son, Chet Hanks. I think the last couple of times I went, Chet Hanks was like a new character on there, and I also got to meet him as well. It was a good experience because to work on the Empire set, you have to be able to withstand staying on set. Like we used to stay on set 15 to 16 hours. And then come back, like go home for a little bit and come back, and we're back on there another 15, 16 hours. I think the longest I stayed on set was like 20 hours.
Hard work, a lot of hard work.
It was a lot of hard work.
So to aspire to great heights in life, to aspire to success, we have to put in a lot of hard work. And so modeling, a lot of hard work. And then acting, it's way more, I would guess, harder, because you have to do more hours on a set. Now, one of the things that I want to ask you, which is amazing, because you are a mother, you are also a wife,
yes,
a model, and an actor. How do you balance all of these together? It's amazing.
You have to have a good partner, somebody that's understanding of the goal at hand, and somebody that's understanding of what you're doing, why you're doing it, and also that's okay with taking on the responsibilities that you can't do because you're not there. I would be gone for 2, 3 days at a time. Come back, I need to rest, but then I also, once I come back, I still have to go to work, still have to do everything. So I missed out on a lot. But my husband was the one in the background, making sure the kids get to school, making sure they eat, making sure they do their homework, and then making sure that the house stays afloat without me having to, stop what I'm doing in order
Wow.
to keep everything going.
While modeling, acting, being a mother, full-time wife, then you had a job in between that also.
Yes.
I celebrate you today because the things that you have done and for what you have achieved today, it's amazing. And for many persons who are watching, you can do it as Mrs. Kiasia Jackson have done. The pathway to success takes a lot of hard work. And we're going to take a 1 minute break and we're going to come right back to this interview with actress model Kiasia Jackson on Pathway to Success.
Are you ready to look and feel your best about your skin and body? Visit us at Belle Brûlée. We are here at the Mission Lakes Plaza, located near the Sal's Pizza and the deli. Visit us to begin to feel amazing about yourself. We offer wrinkle reduction treatment, Botox, derma fillers, radio frequency, laser hair removal, and so much more. What's unique about Belle Brûlée is that we have a multidisciplinary approach to your care. We offer a team of multidisciplinary specialists who are here to take care of your skincare needs. It's 2021. Come on, join us. Make an appointment now to begin living your best life.
Oh, no.
Applause.
Welcome back to Pathway to Success. I'm your host, Dr. Michael Hunter. We have with us today the stunning Mrs. Kiasia Jackson. She's a model and an actor and wife also and mother. And why I tend to speak about wife and mother, I'm tremendously impressed because not many persons is able to wear the roles that she plays or play the roles that she plays. And she's a tremendous inspiration to all those who are watching Pathway to Success. Hard work really pays off with determination. And once you have your determination, you're determined to achieve anything in life with hard work, you'll achieve it. Now, oh my God, Mrs. Jackson, Kiasia Jackson. What are some of the projects you'd like to work on in the near future?
I'd like to do more animation because I'm currently on an animated show, and ever since I started,
You are on an animated show.
Yes, I am.
What's the name of the animated show, and where can we see that show?
So right now it's on it's actually a streaming network called Queely TV. And that's actually, it's like the Netflix for Black people and Black content.
Right.
So it's a globally known streaming network, and the name of the cartoon is Trill Tunes. We have Reppin' Matters, and we also have Peanut Heads. It's actually content for.
You have Peanut Head. You have what?
It's called Peanut Heads.
Right.
And it's the other one is called Reppin' Matters. Well,
Reppin' Matters.
Yes, we basically it's not really, I wouldn't say kids, but
Right.
it is for the younger kids. We do Black history. We tell Black stories from our perspective and our point of view, and we keep it trill, which we keep it very real. We tell the things that you don't learn in school. And we talk about some of the people in history that you wouldn't have learned about in school. So it's really educational, but it's also funny and entertaining as well.
I like that. Oh my word! I like that. That's
The
very
crazy thing is, we actually started on actually it was on YouTube, And then all of a sudden, once the episode started started winning film festivals, we actually got 10 awards at the moment. The Urban Film Festival and also the Los Angeles Motion Picture Film Festival we won as well.
Congratulations! So you have won 10 awards. That's great. That's great. Being that you have worked on the set and you're doing this other new project, which movie can you envision you'd like to be a part of, or which popular actor that you'd love to really be in a movie with?
Oh, that's a hard one. So many. Honestly,
Any favorites? You must have a favorite actor now.
I do. So like, Will Smith is one of my favorites. So I would
Yeah.
have to say I would love to do a movie with either Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, any of them because I grew up watching them. And Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence, I grew up watching them, and I've taken a lot in from them because those are some of the greats. So I learned from some of the greatest, and I've been watching them since I was a kid, and I would like love to work with them.
How did you get into voice acting? Is it what motivated you and moved you to move from before the cameras to say I'm going to do some voice acting?
It was really the COVID-19. It really stopped a lot for me, especially for the traveling with the acting and stuff. So, a friend of mine he's the actual creator of Trill Tunes. He called me up and asked me would I be able to do a voice, and I'm like, sure. I'm at home. I don't know anything about doing voiceovers, but I'll try it. And he was like, okay, I'm gonna send you the script, and you just record it and send it back to me. That one episode has actually won an award, and from then on it's been a year and we've been riding. He just sends me the scripts and I keep it going, and I love it because you get to bring the character to life without seeing it. I don't get to see the finished product until it's done. So I'll sit down, read the script. I learn a lot when I'm reading the script about some of the characters that we do talk about in history. And next thing you know, when it airs, it's like, oh wow, that's so great. I like seeing the things animated. So it's like bringing your own voice to life. When you're in front of the camera, you're bringing a character to life, but when you're behind the camera, all they have to work with is your voice. And it's like amazing to see how he takes just the different ways I pitch my voice or the different characteristics of my voice and brings it to life in a cartoon character. It's amazing.
It's good. What would you like to say to aspiring models, persons who want to step into modeling, and also persons who want to step into acting?
Don't take no for an answer. There's always a route you can go, and just keep working at it. Continue to better yourself and invest in your craft. So whatever it is, whether modeling, you're not going to see a return in the beginning. It takes time. I spent a lot of money and had a lot of conversations with my husband about, listen, I gotta spend this money. I gotta travel. He's like, but it's not recouping. I'm like, but I'm building my portfolio. I'm building my resume. It'll pay off in the end. Just keep going. Don't stop. You'll hear a lot of naysayers, especially when you're working. I've heard it a lot, like you're just gonna leave your job, or you're just gonna, you have to work, and how are you gonna do this? And keep going no matter what, because eventually it will pay off. It could pay off when you're 40, 45. It doesn't matter as long as you have succeeded at what you wanted to do. So
I like
keep
that.
going.
I like that. So determination, blocking out the naysayers, being focused on your craft, having confidence in yourself and your gift that you have, and being steadfast in working and practicing on your craft, making your craft better. Those are the attributes that make a successful model or actor. Tell me, with all of this experience that you've had, you've been behind the scenes with some very prominent actors, and you have been on the runway. Have you ever thought of opening your own modeling agency?
I have that actually on my vision board. honestly.
You do.
I do.
That's good.
I've been working on some stuff for like the last 2 or 3 years. It's just never been. I just haven't had the time to like sit down and put it all together. But that's one of my goals, to open up my own modeling agency or training school, some sort of training, because I feel like what I gained, I would love to give back to someone else, to for them to see them succeed as well. So it's something I am working on, and it is on my vision board. So I'm gonna keep praying on that.
I'm sure your husband is excited, your children, especially kids,
It's the
must be
kids.
excited to see mom walk down a runaway modeling and mom in a movie, and also can hear mom's voice also on a set.
Oh yeah, they love it. So like the first time I've ever gotten camera time on Empire, I sat them down. I was like, I know I'm gonna get on there. I'm telling you guys, I saw myself today. Like I've got to see it. We sat down there like, oh my God, that's mom. And when they go to school and tell their friends, it's like, oh, that's so sweet. My son, my 12-year-old, because I have a 14-year-old and two 12-year-olds, and actually 2.5-year-old. And my 12-year-old is the one that is always asking, Mommy, are we famous? Are we famous yet? And I'm like, I'm still working. I'm still working. Like one day. So they keep me going. They keep me. They're the reason that I keep I don't quit. And I'm like, I'm not like, okay, I throw in the towel. I'm not going to do it.
I like that about you. Very soon you won't be able to walk the malls anymore. You'll have bodyguards around you and all these things. And oh my word, I don't know if I'll get the opportunity to say hi, but be so surrounded. But I'm so proud. I'm really proud. I'm really proud of you. Your persistence, your determination not to take no. You blocked out the factors. You blocked out all those who would say you will never make it, and today you're a success story. Mm-hmm. And we're going to take a break in the next, I think, 5 seconds, or a minute break. We're going to take a minute break, and then we're going to come back to actress, model, mother, wife, Mrs. Kiasia Jackson. What an inspiration she is on pathway to success. We'll join you in the next few minutes.
Your girl wasn't having none of that. In a move that will become one of the most iconic moments in the United States history, Rosa Parks said no. Well, not like that, but you get the point. Rosa was arrested and fined $10 and $4 more for court fees.
Gonna do everything with our heart and do it good.
Howdy, y'all. Yeehaw! When you think about the Wild Wild West, other than that Will Smith movie, black folk tend not to come to mind. Most of the images that'll pop into your head are probably of white cowboys versus Indians.
Welcome back to Pathway to Success with Mrs. Kiasia Jackson, actress and model and mother wife. Wow, what an inspirational story. What an inspirational time we've been having with her this evening. I was just sitting behind right here at the set, and I'm saying I'm just amazed at the things. You're a super mom, super wife, super model, super actress.
Well, thank you.
You are, really, you are. You are everywhere, and you're making it, and you're winning. One of the things I wanted to ask you, what is Kweli TV? Kweli TV.
Kweli TV is it's almost like the Netflix. Like I say, it's the Netflix for black content. It has it has movies, cartoons, TV shows, actually comedians, and the comedian part is actually curated by comedian Little Rel. He actually just hosted the Oscars. So
Really?
yeah,
It's
so
good.
a lot of he picks the comedic content. It's a great streaming network. You can find it on Amazon Fire Stick. You can find it on Roku TV. You can find it on your, I think, on the smart TVs as well, and on your cable box if you have Comcast or Xfinity. And it's one of the next up and coming streaming networks that we're on. And you can find all of our content on there. We have about, I say, about 20 to 25 episodes on there. We do have new episodes dropping on June 9th.
That's good.
So, yeah,
June
so
9th.
June 9th, you'll be able
You
to
all
see
hear that the
episodes.
first time. They're hearing it the first time on Pathway to Success.
Yes, yes, yes,
Our
yes.
new episode will be June 9th
Yes, on Queely TV, which
on Queenie TV.
yes, it's called KWELI TV.
Wow, that's amazing. But what is Trill Tunes?
Trill Tunes, it's a web series that creates content. We have Black History Tunes. It started off as Reppin' Matters, which we took basically information of different people in the Black history and have the characters talk about the person, talk about different things, that different facts you may have not known. And now we kind of moved into a series of with these cute little kids, the Peanut Heads, which they give you a lesson on some of these people in history, these scholars or actresses and actors and athletes that you may not have heard all of their story, or you may not know in depth of their story. And we kind of give you the facts in a nice way, in an entertaining yet trill way, to where kids can understand it and like it as well as adults. And I think it's amazing because it's been picking up steam ever since he actually put it out there to the film festivals and has been submitting our series to this film festival. It's been picking up steam.
Yeah,
So
I like it. I just saw a part of it a while ago, and
yes.
really, I enjoyed it. I was really intrigued by it, and I believe it's going to go big. Who
Oh
knows?
yeah,
You could be going to France very soon.
I hope so. We
You could be going to
actually we're actually, not only are we on the internet, but we're also again on the Queely TV. But we do actually have an episode airing on PBS South Florida. So
on PBS South Florida.
yes,
When will that be aired?
so we have June 29th on WPTV, and then July 1st on WXEL.
Hmm.
So it's actually going to be our George Washington Carver episode, and that's a really cool episode as well. I would love that one.
That's going to be great. That's going to be great. With all these projects that you're doing, have you ever thought about producing your own movie?
Yes, that's come across my mind. So honestly, it has come across my mind. I think about different scripts. I think about but I don't know where to start as far as writing a script. I have a ton of ideas, but I just don't know where to start. So that's something else that I have in the back of my book somewhere written down. Like, okay, when I get to where I need to be and I get that funding, I want to put this movie together because I've been, sometimes you have to build the platform to make people come. So that is something that I've been thinking about.
That's good.
Because I
That's
have
good.
stories, a life story that I want to get out, but get it out in that way.
Because that would be great to have you back on set, interviewed again as a producer, but not only a producer, but also a movie. That's a big hit.
Oh yeah, I would
You know,
love to. That's the next
whether it's on
big thing.
Netflix or wherever.
Yeah.
That would be great. If there's anyone that is interested in following you, how can they follow you? How can they find you? How can they research you?
So you can find me on Facebook. It's under Asia Lameka, or you can just type in Kiasia K Jackson on Facebook. That's my public profile. I have Instagram, which is Asia, ASIA underscore Lamecca, LAMECCA. And that's it. My Instagram or my Facebook. And Instagram is one that everybody uses, so you can find me on there.
I like that. Um, as a model, one who have modeled before,
Hmm.
and what tips? I think we almost asked something similar, but it's not as similar as earlier. What is the thing that is most needed? Because many models they're on a diet. The type of modeling that you do you are
Hmm.
you on a strict diet? Do you exercise a lot? Do you get in a lot of sleep?
So it depends. So it's more modeling is they a lot of people think modeling is about beauty and just being dolled up, and it's not. So you do have to keep your body together, whether you're doing plus size modeling or regular, just normal slim modeling. It doesn't matter. You do have to keep your body in shape. You do have to exercise. You do have to follow. Not, I wouldn't say a strict diet, but I would say like you're not going to be out drinking all the time and partying all the time. You do need to remain like discipline because it's a lot of work. It's more than just showing up to a set looking pretty. If you can't stand in heels, especially for women, if you can't stand in heels for a long period of time and walk, because having a walk, you have to practice the walking. I remember plenty of times standing at behind the stage, waiting to be called. You have to be able to change quickly. And I remember I think we were on set for like almost 20 hours in heels, going from outfit to outfit to outfit, with just running from this designer to that designer to that. So it's a discipline. So you do have to kind of work out a little bit to keep yourself going. You do got to get plenty of rest, drink your water, and do your research. Stay up to date on the different things that's going on, like the different fashions. Make sure you pay attention to the different designers, and not just the big name designers. You want to know the local designers as well, because you never know where they're going to go as well. So sometimes it's always good to link up and network. And you have to be open and willing to network, because that's how you get your gigs when you're a model. You network, network, network.
With your fame and success, do you get an opportunity to give back to the community or put on a show to inspire other, or show to find new models and actresses or actor? Have you ever thought of doing something like that in your community? Have you ever done anything like that in your
Oh, I
community?
haven't done anything like that yet, but that is something I would love to do as well, because there's a lot of new there's a lot of new models out there, and that's why I do want to open up a modeling agency one day, to find those new faces and teach them that not only is modeling about looking good on camera, because a lot of times they don't care how you really look. They need to know, can you bring their garment, or can you bring their brand to life? Really, that's all it is about. Can you? And a lot of times in modeling, people think it's about self. It's really, you take the self out. You just have to have confidence that anything I'm given, because sometimes you're not going to like the things that they give you to do, or the things that they give you to model in or whatever, but you just have to have confidence in yourself that you can make whatever they give you the best thing in the world, and make other people want it. So I want to give back that, to the up and coming models, so that they know and they're trained properly, so that I can look back and see my legacy, like, okay, a little bit of me in this one, a little bit of me in that one.
I think that you're seeing that right now in your kids also. A little bit of
Yeah.
you. Which one do you think? Which one of the kids you believe that will come out to be a model or actor or actress?
My 12-year-old twin, she's the one that likes to model.
So you have twins.
Yeah.
12. Oh, congratulations!
Yeah.
12-year-old twins. That's good.
Yes. They're boy girl twins. So
A boy and girl.
yeah, so my daughter, she's the one that watches me a lot, and she used to watch me do the practice in the house. I used to practice up and down the hallway, or practice out, and she would go and do the same thing right behind me. She's the one that likes to do the modeling. She'd say, "Oh, look, mommy, I'm doing your walk," or "I'm walking like you." So I think she's the one that will eventually do that. And then my oldest, I believe she'll be the one to go into the acting because she loves to be on camera, but she loves to become a character. So they all are watching me.
Well, I want to thank you so much. You have heard it from Miss Kiasia Jackson. Inspirational, inspirational, inspirational. She's a model, actress. I believe that she's going to she's going to write her own book, and she'll be opening her own modeling agency very soon. You can look forward for that. And I believe that there's a big movie that she'll be coming right back here in Pathway to Success to share with you all that she's now a part of. And what can I say? I also want to give a shout out to her husband. So it's good. A teamwork really pays off. And when you're married to the right person, they'll understand your dream and push you forward into your dream. Thank you so much for sharing your inspirational story with us today on Pathway to Success. And oh my word, we enjoyed every moment of it. And for those who want to see more about Kiasia Jackson, I'm going to ask you again to direct the people where they can go and look at your work that you have done so far.
Well, you can catch the cartoon that I'm a part of, Trill Tunes, on Queenie TV. Yes, on Queenie TV. It's KWELI.TV. You can also find me on Facebook, Kiasia K Jackson, and that's Keasia K Jackson. And then you can also find me on Instagram. I post a lot of my work on there, and it's at Asia ASIA _Lamecca LAMECCA.
Oh my word! Well, you've heard right here from your host and Mrs. Jackson. We want to thank you for joining us on Pathway to Success.
Thank you.
And get ready for next week, another inspirational story that you'll hear right here on this platform of Pathway to Success. Have an inspiring week.
Thank you.